what I like to tell a story of, if you sort of turn back the clock, imagine that you showed up at your financial advisor and you had a shoebox full of all of your account statements, and you sort of handed it to your advisor over the desk and said, help me, what do I do, right? This is really the modern equivalent of that. So we want to give customers advice, and we're going to be able to give them great advice if we have all the information, right? And so if they can connect their checking account information, connect an old 401k account, an old IRA, what might we discover through those connections? We might discover that an IRA is sitting in cash, but that the owner of that IRA thinks they're going to get investment-like returns. Well, let's help them with the advice to say, your time horizon is 30 years. Let's consider whether sitting in cash with no yield in this particular account is the best thing. Let's look at an old mutual fund sitting in a 401k that maybe has a high expense ratio. These kinds of advice elements, if you can't see the full picture for that customer, you can't give them the right advice. And to me, one of the great things that fintech brings, and that certainly that we at Betterment bring, is this opportunity to expand access to those like really basic principles that can set people up for success earlier in the financial journey. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you make in investing, it's what you keep. Right? It's keeping your costs low, which we do through fintech, and it's keeping your taxes low. And those are really the two goals that we're trying to espouse. And so open banking is really a path to that. And that's true, if I were to step back from Betterment and broaden it to the ecosystem, really this is about innovation. And it's about an opportunity really for companies like ours to push the big incumbents to basically drive better outcomes for their customers, whether that's through higher yields on savings accounts, whether that's lower costs, and that all can only happen if consumers can take their data and share their data in a safe and secure, standard way.